Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
You disgust me.
Who gives a shit?
Go on.
I made it the fuck up.
I did. I did. I did. I did. And it is glorious! And I run.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. It's good to see y'all.
YouTube.
All right. Oh my gosh. We got so much crap to talk about tonight, but we have a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight, too.
Oh, yeah?
So,
what do we got?
What do we got? Well, I'll start off with one. Well, first off, most of my day was spent making unboxing videos because I had kind of a backlog of stuff piled up, and I was kind of like, Jesus, I really need to get to work and make all these videos because people probably want to see some of these books because they've probably never seen some of these books, and I haven't even looked at these books yet. So I spent most of my day making unboxing videos, and man, there's some good stuff in my pile of unboxing stuff. And some people probably...
You got anything to do on stream today?
We do have stuff to do on stream today, but I figured I'd keep talking about this for a little bit longer because some people are probably curious, like, well, T-Shirt, how come you're doing all your unboxing as videos and not as live streams like you used to? Well, because YouTube is knocking channels down for reused content, which means we can't risk, taking clips from all of our previous shows, no matter how funny they are, and repurposing them for shorts or videos or whatever. And matter of fact, they're nailing bigger channels with that too, like Drunk 3PO got demonetized for that not too long ago. And I think that's actually what they got Fat Steven for a year ago. So we don't want to take the risk of getting demonetized for reused content. So that's one of the reasons why I make unboxing videos as videos, because A, it's a video, so YouTube recognizes it as video content, and it helps push the channel. And they don't slap us for reused content, and we stay good. Because, and believe me, nobody was sadder than I am to not be able to show off stuff live on the air. But it's YouTube, and we got to play their game. We got to keep dancing to their tune and doing it the way they want to if we want to stay on this platform.
They're getting increasingly more ridiculous, though.
I mean, it's just the way it is, We censor our language. We try to keep videos fresh. I don't know what else we can do. We avoid topics that are distressing, which that always seems to be kind of an odd thing. But we do. We're not political, so it's not that big of a change. We're good. We're talking about pop culture stuff. We're talking about gaming. I think we're pretty safe, but we're never going to get a huge audience. Not with them continually, kind of changing all the rules. but it's what we do. And oh my God, look at that. It's Driving and Dragons. Dude! Greg, I have been watching this dude's videos a lot lately.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's actually pretty good, and he's pretty fair. He was actually mentioning the Basic Expert the other day, and I said, hey, yo, John, check this out. Driving and Dragons mentioned you, and Basic Expert checked it out, and he was like, he's actually pretty fair. And I said, yeah, he is. He's a pretty good guy. So maybe one of these days, Driving and Dragons, if you're up to it, we'll pull you on the panel and see what you got.
Panel.
Way to oversell me. Yeah. Well, if you wonder why some of your videos started getting upticks, that's because, good old T-shirted historian started looking at your stuff and listening, and you have some pretty good observations, honestly. You do. In particular, I kind of find it funny because you and I came to the same conclusion about the Tomb of Horrors, and that is the Tomb of Horrors is not designed to challenge PCs. It's designed to challenge players. But that specifically is something I don't like about it, because we're here to play, a game to have fun and get away from ourselves, not, involve our own brains in this so deeply that, And I understand, too, that putting yourself kind of in the mind of a character means that you could probably still think your way out of it, but not necessarily. Characters do dumb things sometimes.
I always thought Tomb of Horrors was kind of lame, actually. It was designed just to trap people.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a difficult dungeon. It's a breed of dungeon I'm not really crazy about. It's also kind of something that I'm afraid a lot of other authors used as a template to make their own dungeons. Like, if you ever read Tower of the Stargazer by James Edward Raggi IV for Lamentations of the Flame Princess, it has a very similar vibe, and the vibe is pretty much don't touch anything, or be very, very careful what you touch, or don't mess with stuff, or don't drink stuff, don't play with stuff, because you're going to get killed or you're going to get messed up horribly. And it's a low-level adventure, so there's a lot of stuff in there that will kill you, including just trying to walk in the front door. So,
well, at least they don't have you during character creation, although that's pretty close.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Magnificent Devil, yeah. Tomb of Horrors was a tournament module. It was competition for which group made it the furthest from the entrance. Yeah, I know. A lot of those tournament modules, get kind of a bad rap. But, I have to say, there is a tournament module out there that is actually my all-time favorite adventure. Like, hands down, will not be defeated. And that is Expedition to Barrier Peaks. Because that was a tournament module, too. And that one was tough, but it was fair, in my opinion.
Wasn't Temple of Elemental Evil also one?
No, I don't think it was. I want to say Village of Homilet might have been, but Temple of Elemental Evil, when it finally came out, I don't think it was a tournament module. I actually, if Dungeon Delver were here, he could probably rattle off all the tournament modules.
Yeah,
but most of the tournament modules were pretty tough. Like, I actually think some of the Slave Lord series was tournament modules as well, and that was a really good series. But I like all the old stuff too. Not every single module that was created by Gygax or anybody back then was really, really good, but a lot of them were. And in particular, the one I fell in love with first, just because it was kind of like I encountered it early, was Palace of the Silver Princess. And I'm not talking about the one that was by Gene Wells. I'm talking about the green one that was rewritten by Tom Moldvay. I really liked that one for some reason. there were certain parts of that module that just really resonated with me, and I enjoyed running it for my little tiny basic group, and we had fun with it. But I think one of the most memorable parts of that was Travis the guardsman, because he was kind of built up as a little bit of a miniature legend in the dungeon before you even encountered him. Bear in mind, it's been, I don't know, 35 years or so since I've read this module. But I know that if you go to one of the rooms, you'll find that, that there's the scene has been pretty much a fight, and somebody scrawled "Beware of Travis" on the wall in blood. And Travis is like a guardsman who went bananas and killed everybody, and so he's still haunting part of that dungeon. And before the party even encountered him, his kind of miniature legend of this crazy guardsman was already put into place. So when they did actually see him, they went after him just tooth and nail with everything they had, and they kind of overkilled him. But, it's just like one little example of something that really stuck out as being memorable about that, and then afterward, I found B4, La Lost City, and that one became my favorite because that was the first time I ever saw a dungeon that was that big. It had so much stuff. It had so much stuff that you couldn't even, you had to buy the expert set in order to be able to fill it to populate it with monsters in the lower part of the ziggurat. And then it also had Zargon, who was, the great big, cyclopean horned monster at the bottom of the ziggurat that people could fight, but shouldn't, because that was a low-level module.
And they weren't ready for that.
Nope, they weren't. Well, hell, they had vampires and other stuff in there, and I'm kind of like, yeah, that stuff will kill you dead. But yeah, the old stuff was pretty cool. Later on, I found Ravenloft, and that one just kind of like opened my eyes to a whole different side of gaming. But I think everybody who's encountered Ravenloft kind of had an epiphany in the way that stuff was supposed to be run.
I had a whole bunch that I found at the flea market for $1 a piece. I had them all.
Dang.
Tomb of Horrors, Temple of Elemental Evil. I had the Greyhawk Gazetteer. All kinds of shit. And that was at a time when I didn't care about D&D, so I never actually went through them. We never played them.
Wow.
For a long time without playing RPGs.
I remember the one I actually tried to run, which I probably shouldn't have tried to run, because from what I got, the whole thing was a big giant joke. Is I actually ordered Castle Greyhawk, and I still have it. But I actually tried to run it as a serious dungeon, and there was just no way you could take it seriously because it was just too silly.
Oh, there were some silly ones.
Huh?
What was the one with gnomes that had tanks and technology? What was that one?
I don't know. Kind of sounds like Earthshaker, but
You go underground and there's gnomes with tanks, literal actual tanks.
I don't know. Castle Greyhawk had some funny stuff, like it had the Stay Puft Marshmallow, the Pillsbury Doughboy. It had a whole bunch of homages to other stuff. The one thing I do remember is there was a couple of Minotaurs who had actually gotten shrunk somehow. So they were only about 2 feet high. And the description for them read as because they're 2 feet high, they snort and scamper around and moo at everything and basically act like little tiny, angry dogs. And when the party found them, they were busy trying to open up this big old barrel that was labeled meat because they were hungry, I guess. So when my party actually found them, they thought they were so cute they adopted them. So they basically started feeding the mini tars, so the mini tars started following them around everywhere.
I'm going through some of the ones I've got left. I've got Secret of Bone Hill.
I never got to play that, but I do own it.
Yeah, let's see what else I've got here.
The one I always thought was cool was the Hidden Shrine of Tamo-chan.
Yeah.
I actually got to run that a little bit, but our group never made it through it. And White Plume Mountain was really cool. Although the sad thing is it was cool when I was like 10 or 11 years old, but when I tried to run it again for a group of adults, it really came off kind of cheesy. Especially that weird room that has like, one layer and it's like crawdads and another one is manticores and another one is, I don't remember, worms or something. And you're trying to get down to the center.
Yeah. Keep on the Borderlands. Everyone knows what that is. I've got that. I
never actually really ran that. I got to play it a little bit, but I never really came to appreciate it as much as a lot of other people do. I've gotten it since, and I understand it better. So, and a lot of people have written stuff around Keep on the Borderlands, and
I think these are the only two I have left. I mean, I have the core books, but I don't have adventure modules anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got a new video today.
Oh shit! Okay, what do we got?
Kijiro, the Lone Yakuza. This is a film by Tai Kaito. Apparently there was only 3,000 copies of this made. It's by the same cinema company that I really like, but Radiance. They're doing a lot of Japanese releases. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but looks like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's one area I'm definitely behind on. I don't really know too much about it. Haven't gotten into it.
Oh man, Kengan Ashura finally released its last season, I guess on Friday, and I pretty much binge watched it between Saturday and Sunday, and even though I knew how it was going to end, it still, when we got to that final moment in the anime, it killed me. It just broke my heart. I mean, I ugly cried because, I've been watching that show for a few years now, and it's a fighting anime, and of course I was invested in all the characters, and, it was sad the way it ended. So I really, really hope that they will make the sequel to that, which is Kengan Omega, because there is a sequel, and it's already out, and it's been out, and it's already done, so it wouldn't be hard for Netflix to just go, oh, yeah, we'll just order that one up. This one did well. And I tend to think that Kengan Ashura did well because they did the Baki versus Kengan Ashura video, and I'm pretty sure that was a Netflix going, hey, we got these really two hot anime properties. Why don't we kind of stick them together and see what pops out?
Never seen Baki.
What is this, Snoots? Did you say Snoots?
What?
I don't know. What is a Snoots? Did you typo, Kronos?
Just talking about Snortopoogus?
I don't know. Anyway.
I do like his little avatar there. Maximilian! Help me! Help me, yep. Maximilian!
I wanted to see that in the movie theater when I was a kid, and I never got a chance because it left the theater the night we wanted to go.
I saw
it. Instead they were showing Alien.
Yeah, crappy movie.
Crappy Alien movie.
That over Black Hole.
Well, the problem is I couldn't go see Alien either because, Mom was like, no, you can't go see that. It's R. It's rated R. So.
The black hole was not a fun watch. I don't think there was a single moment of levity in the entire movie.
It was played, well, no, there was a couple of parts that were kind of played for fun, like the shooting contest between Vincent and Star.
Yeah. I mean, Disney had to include the robots or else it would have just been too much.
Yeah. The science in that movie is all completely wrong, but still. It's a fun movie.
Probably what they knew at the time, at least about black holes. Not about zero gravity, of course, or
meteors.
Yeah.
Or anything. like the meteors were burning hot when they hit the Cygnus, and I'm just kind of like, they're not hot until they hit re-entry. But
I always liked that effect as a little kid because it reminded me of a cheese ball.
Yeah,
remember the Planters cheese ball?
It did look like a big old giant cheese. It was a cool effect.
It was.
I don't know, man. There's so much to love about that movie, as bad as it is. I own a copy on VHS, or not on VHS, but on DVD, and I want to get the Blu-ray copy at some point.
Very difficult to find. Well, no, it's not too bad. It's still like $30 though.
Yeah, it's still expensive.
The Cygnus classic ship.
Yeah, that was a cool design.
Yeah, I put that up there with Star Destroyer and like all these other, classic ships. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Really kind of felt like that movie needed a sequel, but yeah. I didn't think it was going to get one because I don't think it did that well.
Well, they teased it in Tron Legacy, and it just never went anywhere.
They are making a third Tron movie.
Well, I hope they make it good because I actually think Tron Legacy is real fucking good. That's like Tron Legacy's got some real cyberpunk stuff in it.
It was a really good movie. You have Black Hole on Betamax? Oh my god. Driving in Dragons, you are one of the few people I know who has a Betamax. Those things were awesome, man. They went right through copy protection like it wasn't even there. Matter of fact, most of the guys I know who were copying VHS tapes back at the time, they had a Betamax, and they would hook it up to their VHS, and they would basically tape everything off the VHS onto a Betamax tape, and it would be completely distortion free, and they would just take the Betamax and use that as a master and redistribute, by re-recording everything onto VHS.
That's how you got a lot of anime back at the time, back in the clubs.
Yeah.
There's some mail trading, like mail order.
Mm-hmm.
But
I sure did.
I mean, it was kind of like the Blu-ray versus HD DVD wars. It was like, if you chose Betamax, you chose poorly.
Well, that's the sad thing is Betamax was actually better than VHS, but for some reason VHS won out. I guess because it was cheaper.
Maybe it was a licensing thing because, VHS had no licensing attached to the format. Like anybody can make a tape. So there's thousands and thousands and thousands of tapes out there.
And Raven, you are absolutely correct. Blu-ray won out because of, the PlayStation choosing to go with a Blu-ray player. And yes, Pern.
Blu-ray is superior to HD DVD. It just sucks that it's trapped behind Sony, which is lame.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I got tons of them on the shelf. I'm slowly replacing all my DVDs with Blu-ray. So,
yeah, same. Some are not possible.
Yeah,
like the Disney stuff that's only on the Disney Club, that's like super rare now. Can't be done.
Oh yeah, and they're not going to re-release that stuff into Blu-ray.
No, like The Watcher in the Woods, Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Not Quite Human 1, 2, and 3.
Return to Oz.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That one was actually kind of terrifying, if I remember.
Disturbing.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty disturbing.
Watcher in the Woods was disturbing too.
I don't remember that one. I didn't get to see it, but
There's
I
a
heard about it.
single ghost scene that's like, for the 80s, it was like Paranormal Activity level at that time. It was
Dang.
like super scary. If you're a little kid. It probably doesn't hold up now.
Well, something I'm going to have, it should be like the very first thing, the very first video I do on an unboxing, but I want to kind of shout this out as a product that everybody should go out and buy right now. If you are an OSR fan, if you like OSR stuff, I'm not going to go through the entire book, because if you want to see it, watch my video where I unbox everything. But this ended up being a really good product. This Outcast Silver Raiders, which obviously is OSR. But yeah, $75 at Exalted Funeral. You get 3 books in a box. You get a full map of medieval Scotland. You get like all the OSR action you can possibly handle. You get some great rules. You get some great monsters. You get a ton of locations in this. A ton of them. There's so much stuff in here that is just ready to go. And if you're already familiar with OSR games, this is going to be real easy for you to pick up and run. It's got everything you want. It totally does. And if you don't want to use the system they've got in here, pick your favorite OSR system. I mean, I'm a Worlds Without Number fan. If I wanted to run this, I could pick up Worlds Without Number and say, okay, hey, I'm going to use all the material from this, but we're going to play Worlds Without Number, and it's going to work just fine, because it does.
I have never, ever heard of that before. Did it have like a Kickstarter?
It did have a Kickstarter attached to it. In fact, James Edward Radji IV, when he was on with us a few weeks back, you should check out that interview, by the way, guys, showed me his copy that was Kickstarted, and it was real nice. Unfortunately, I got the one, that came later. But from what I understand, this one has some corrected typos and some other stuff in it. So it was, worth it to me.
Typos.
But yeah, I like this very, very much. I'm very excited to start reading it and possibly start running it or using pieces of it, because I think it's got some great stuff to offer for OSR fans out there, fans of old school, playing. So definite. If you're not sure, it's got a PDF file. Pick up the PDF first. Read it. See if you like it. If you do, get the books, because it's totally worth it. This is like $75 worth of books, and it feels like it's worth it. I mean, it's a nice little setup. I'm not gonna show you guys anything on my channel that I don't like. There's no point wasting your time showing you, oh, this is garbage, this is crap, don't buy this. So definitely that's one I recommend. I'm truthfully very excited to get into reading it. Also, it's medieval authentic. So now we have another group that can say that they are medieval authentic. It's medieval authentic Scotland. So I don't know, if you got Scottish roots, check it out.
It's pretty sweet. I'll have to show my co-author, because he does have Scottish roots.
Malaquin, yeah, cast a deadly spell on anything other than VHS. Yeah, it was a great HBO movie. I have it on DVD. That's the only way I found it. I've never found it on Blu-ray. But let's see. I think I've got some other fun stuff here. What have I got? I've been saving these.
Show me what you got.
I showed you what I got. This actually came out like, well, you'll know how old it is, but since, we have a certain election coming up, I thought this was... I loved that show so much, man. I was so sad when they took it off the air, and it was just about to get good,
I thought that it ended okay. I mean, a little gonzo at the end, but they had to wrap it up somehow.
I've seen pictures of what they had planned for the next season. I'm just like, I curse the day that Stars messed up the scheduling on it and everything and decided not to go for another season. I mean, I seriously, if I could have started a GoFundMe to get another season of Ash versus Evil Dead made, I would absolutely do it. And you know, Bruce Campbell has kind of retired as Ash, although I do notice that every time they wave money at him, he comes back out and does the voice or something. So, I don't know.
He probably needs a little money from time to time.
Everybody needs money. He's got a ranch or something. He's got expenses. Yeah,
So,
there you go, tabletop. Yeah, you do season 4. I would too.
I mentioned in the chat once that I tried to get Michael Ironside.
Yeah, he wanted too much money.
Yeah, so I went for Michael Bean. He wanted even more money.
Of course they do, because they're like super rich Hollywood actors that live in, La La Land. You should have asked. You should have asked Bruce Campbell. I bet he would have done it for a lot less than either of those guys.
Michael Bean is not rich by any means. Like, not even close.
Well, maybe that's why he wanted so much money.
Probably he wanted $30,000
for how long?
For like a 30-second voiceover.
What?
Yeah.
What was it like? What, $1,000 a second?
Yeah. Makes me wonder how much some of these guys get paid, like on movie sets.
Well, they get millions of dollars, so
yeah.
We little people can't even hope to compete. The only way that we can ever get like a big star to do anything for us is if we know somebody who knows them. But I would still try to get Bruce Campbell because he might actually do it.
We got a female voice actress.
She good?
Yeah. Frank knew her, and
cool.
wanted to do like a Michael Bean type of narration, but Sarah Connor is just as good, so that's what we're gonna do.
You got Sarah Connor?
No, I mean the chick does a Sarah Connor.
Oh,
the actress.
Oh, okay.
You
should probably ask Michael Bean because I don't think he's done anything in a while. He could probably use the money. And I guess for a joke, you could always ask Val Kilmer.
Oh boy,
that didn't land, did it? Yeah, okay. I won't make that joke again. But here is something that is a joke.
My character, the light fighting the darkness, and we have to see whether she makes the right decisions to get there.
I would say
this is coming.
Elrond is a good guy. He's definitely led on some challenging paths and he has to make some tough decisions, but he's a good guy.
That guy looks like a parody of himself. He does. I mean, look at him. It's
like, we have Orlando Bloom at home.
Yeah. Discount Orlando Bloom.
He makes some tough decisions, but he's a good guy.
I want to say that Sauron is, let's face it, he's evil. But I like to think he's good.
Oh,
why?
God.
How could you think he's good? He's literally the personification of evil.
Disaster.
I have to say that Midiel is good. Evil has risen, and so anybody is susceptible to that. But I think with Midiel, she really has a strong moral compass.
Morally grey, wow. I think she's a goodie. She's 100% a goodie.
I think he's incredibly good, but unfortunately he's in a position of leadership and he has to make some unpopular decisions.
She's good.
So they ask these people if they think their characters are good or evil or morally gray. And I'm kind of astonished how many of them said morally gray. And I'm just kind of like, morally gray in a Tolkien work.
Let's go to Tolkien. Tolkien, your thoughts? It's like spinning in the grave, generating electricity.
Jesus, yeah. If we could hook up Tolkien's corpse to an alternator, I'm pretty sure he could generate current for at least most of the eastern seaboard.
Why would they do this?
I can't believe they did this. Excuse me, somebody hand me my World War One rifle. I need to kill someone.
I can't believe you've done this.
Quick, somebody dig up C.S. Lewis. He will back me up.
She is good.
Well, Ironcaster's back.
Nah, he's just on his phone.
Durin's good. Full of goodness. Until.
Wow. So they just kind of give it away there, huh?
Celebrimbor I would describe as good stroke morally grey.
No.
We'll see where that gets him.
Yeah, he's a morally ambiguous man, but I think he's trying to do good.
Even though Elendil
He's no. He's not morally ambiguous. He was a good guy.
They needed to cancel all of this.
He was a good guy until he was corrupted by the ring.
Oh yeah, look at the back. Go look at the background there. It looks like fucking Jesus of Nazareth movie. It doesn't. It looks like it doesn't even look like Lord of the Rings.
It kind of doesn't, no.
As a hero archetype, I think if you are following all of Tolkien's themes, then we're all morally grey.
No! 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 Well, are they? No! If Grim were on here, he'd have an aneurysm. He'd be drinking himself to death right now on stream.
I almost lost my mind when he said that.
I kind of lost mine a little bit.
He's figuring out. I don't think he knows quite.
Who is this slob?
This is the guy who's supposed to be playing the kid from the first season who... Yeah.
Dude, go back to TikTok.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I don't even know quite yet. We'll see.
Misunderstood, is what I would say.
Came in as
No, the evil dude, the guy who is pretty much the father of orcs, is... No. No. And this guy is morally gray. He's not even an important character.
Morally grey.
Morally grey.
Gandalf is morally gray. Gandalf.
The name that means white elf.
Morally gray.
This person who is supposed to be the good Harfoot heroine is morally gray. Really? The one who... Yeah.
Take Hollywood and dump them all into a volcano.
These people are dumb.
I think my character is absolutely...
Oh, so Blackulos is morally gray. Really?
What was the quote from Futurama? I only have 3 fears: Dracula, Blackula. I can't remember what the last one.
And this is one in the neutral.
Yeah.
Absolutely morally grey.
I think if people want to paint him in primary colours, I think that's a big mistake. Morally grey.
This guy is supposed to be, well, I mean, he's kind of not good, but he's not morally gray. He's kind of a bad guy, kind of, because he usurped the throne and all this other stuff. But
I'm just waiting for people to come out of the word work. Oh, well, you don't have to watch it if you don't like it. Dude,
No, I think morally technicoloured, I think, is what he is.
My character looks after her people. So you can interpret that however you want.
My character, the light.
I'm so sick of that as a defense. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Okay, we don't watch it, And then they cancel it, and then they all get mad at us and call us incels and bigots and haters and trolls and all this other stuff. I mean, it's like, okay, perfect example, Acolyte, right? The Star Wars series, The Acolyte.
Yes.
people kept on saying, like it was, the gayest Star Wars and all this other stuff. So, my first thought was, okay, it's not for me, I guess.
You're right about that.
So I didn't watch it. I didn't pay for it. I didn't watch it. And apparently I wasn't the only one. Apparently a lot of people didn't watch it. And, their first line of defense is, well, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Or if you don't like it, don't watch it. Okay, we didn't watch it. And guess what? That's all they're doing now is they're exuding mass amounts of copium, screaming, how it was the incels and the trolls and the toxic fan base that got the Acolyte shut down. I'm like, no, because we weren't watching it. You told us not to watch it. You told us it wasn't for us, so we didn't watch it. Guess what? Nobody watched it, so Disney said, okay, we're not losing any more money on it. That's why it failed, because all you people out there who were so into it weren't watching it either. Because if there had been that many people watching it, it probably would have succeeded on some level. I mean, it didn't help that it has a reputation for being like one of, the second most fan divisive Star Wars series out there. What does that tell you?
Every TV show is fan divisive now. You can't have one that's like good.
They're
all crappy.
That's true. It's like, yeah, we just can't have good things anymore because people won't let us. Anyway, I just yeah, exactly. Well,
I mean, to be fair, I thought the midichlorians were fucking stupid too. Oh, I cussed. I'm sorry.
You did it 3 times already.
It's just who I am. You anger me so much.
I'm going to keep angering you because apparently the Crow movie took a nosedive. Really, I mean, I have not seen a single person who has said that the Crow movie is good. Everybody says it was terrible.
I watched Angry Joe's review, and you know how Angry Joe is. He's by far not really right-wing, whatever. But he thought it was the worst movie of the year, worse than Borderlands.
Yeah, he thought it was pretty bad. I mean, if he thinks it's worse than Borderlands, that's bad. But
Jason, you have the worst taste in movies of anyone in the entire world.
Jace, man, I love you, dude, but yeah, seriously, your taste in movies is so opposite of everybody else consistently. That was not an 8 out of 10 film. I'm sorry. It wasn't. It wasn't. There's no way. I mean, unless you just want to see, a guy cry his way through most of the movie.
With like no interesting action, drama, or attention or anything.
Yeah, not till the end. I mean, yeah, like Shelley ends up being the main character for like the first 30 to 45 minutes of the show, of the movie. What does that say?
It's right though. People spoke with their wallets.
Yes, we did. Anyway, let me see what other kind of silliness I have here. Oh yeah, this was cool. I don't know if this music would get us copyright claimed, but I thought this was pretty smart. My only problem with this is one, not a lot of women have that kind of bush, and 2, do you know how bad that would smell, starting a fire with pubes?
I'm speechless.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I don't know why I kept this one. I just saw it and kept it because
I know why.
Oh, okay.
That's funny though.
It was funny. What is this? What's this one on? See, I have a whole bunch of these things saved up, and I forget why I saved them.
You motherfucker! Oh shit! God damn it! Same shit, different day.
That's me at work.
Motherfucker! You motherfucker!
That's me at work. That's me at work every day. That's me at work every single day. Okay. One of my friends sent me this one. So yeah, apparently Concord is even worse than Golem. Wow.
What's that one Dust game people have been showing screenshots of?
Is it Dustborn? Oh my god, that game looks terrible. And I mean,
can't figure out if it's supposed to be a parody or not.
It's not supposed to be a parody. Apparently, it comes out of some Norwegian studio, which is kind of why I'm screaming at Jace. It's like, would you please fix your country? What happened to the country that produced black metal? What is this? But yeah, they got Dustborn out there, and the music is so bad. I mean, it's like, you know, the actress and stuff is out there saying, we got to go to Abbey Road where the Beatles were performing so we could record all of our music for this. It was such a delight. And I'm just kind of like, you know, if the Beatles had been there and listened to you perform, they would have kicked you out. Yeah, exactly. Why was this even made? Who was it made for? Bleaker, if you can't find Tinder in the woods and you have to use pubes, you have serious issues. I mean, I don't know, man. You know, can you just imagine though, after that meat gets cooked, it's like, why does this meat taste a little bit like tuna?
Total disaster.
That didn't last, or that didn't land either.
It's okay.
Okay. But yeah, Dustborn looked horrible. I don't know who's playing that. I don't know why it was made.
There's a whole genre of like indie games that try to like ride on the coattails of Undertale.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, like so super emotional, kind of like queer coded, like story game type of indie game.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that word. I hate anything coded.
Yes.
Coded. It's coded.
Well, it's not actually overtly this. It's just this is what we, you know, you can take that away from it. It's like, oh, okay.
Let's see what else I got here. I don't think I saved any purr, but let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's just cool. I mean, it's... Can you imagine having this kind of free time just to sit around here and do this?
So it's like going off the pressure, or like...
I think it's just the electricity that's going through the melons and the kiwis, and it's making different tones. But again, you know how fast you'd have to set that up so that these melons and stuff wouldn't go bad? I mean,
very nice.
That guy must have a lot of money just to sit around and do that.
I don't know, it's cheap.
Well, I mean, the fruit is cheap, but, you know, having all the stuff to do it with, and then finding all the proper tones, and then cutting them to size and all that. I was hoping Victor was going to be on for this one.
For land, there's no such place.
Excuse me, dear lady.
I am a teacher of geography.
Oh, didn't you know all about it, and what a terrible shithole it is? Nothing but desolate wastes and fierce beasts. And the poor little Oompa Loompas were so small and helpless, they will get gobbled up left and right. A Wang Doodle will eat 10 of them for breakfast and think nothing of it. So, I said, come and live with me in peace and safety. Away from all the Wang Doodles and the Hornswogglers and Snozwangers and rotten, pernicious knits.
Snozwangers? Vermicious knids? What kind of rubbish is that?
I'm sorry, but all questions must be submitted in writing.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. I keep coming across these things, and it's just kind of like, oh my god, these are hilarious, so I save them, and I'm just, you know, I hope to show them off on the show, and sometimes I remember to, and sometimes I don't.
AI has gotten a little ridiculous, but still funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of scary, actually.
I mean, every time I watch a Blackwatch stream it and they have like the Joe Biden voice, I crack up because it's like so accurate.
And I've been making fun of this lady for a little while now, so I thought I would share the laugh because, this woman basically defrauded the Olympic Commission in order to basically get a tour of France or a vacation in France that was all paid for by the Australian government. And if you're Australian and you're out there, you should be mad. Ugh. It's like some Cthulhuoid monstrosity.
That chick her life has been memed.
It has.
It's over for her. She is now a meme. She's up there with Aqua.
Yeah, she is a literal meme. And she brought it all on herself. I mean, it's like basically she created the commission, the breakdancing commission, and then she staffed it with, like her husband and herself and her friends. And then, of course, she voted herself like the top breakdancer in Australia and cheated a whole bunch of other people out of it who were superior breakdancers. And she knew she wasn't the best, and she still did it anyway.
I mean, I knew kids in high school or middle school who were better breakdancers.
Yeah, I mean, Bleeker, she inspires me to be a breakdancer. She can do it. I certainly can, yeah. I'm surprised Mercurius isn't fuming about it because, he's Australian, but yeah. Oh, yeah, and from the pubes thing, yeah, good gust of wind blows up pubes all in my s'mores. Yeah, it's like, I'll never get these out of the marshmallows.
Yummy!
Yummy. Oh my gosh, people are strange.
Nice fruit paste.
Ugh. That ain't fruit. That's fish. Oh, man. So I did something stupid. I did something incredibly stupid. I got to looking at a new... Yeah, I got to looking at a new AI generator called Flux AI. And it's got everything. It's got chat AI. It's got movie creation AI. It's got soundtrack creation AI. It's got image enhancing AI. And then, of course, it actually has image creation AI. And it's actually pretty good. And it's one of the few AI I've seen where it's not censored in any way. So you can do whatever you want to on it.
What did you do?
Well...
What did you do, Ray?
Well,
it just popped in there.
It just popped in there. No. So the price tag on it is like $13 a month. However, I didn't happen to notice that it had two tab settings on it. One was for monthly and one was for yearly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I accidentally hit the yearly one. So yeah, I spent $155 on a yearly subscription to an AI. So
I hope you make good use of it.
That's what, one of my friends said, well, you could just get up there and try to refund it. But then I noticed that the company that it charged to was some kind of Chinese company. And I'm just kind of like, I know better than to try to get my money back from the Chinese government. So
You're done. Give me the username and password. I'll make furry porn.
If you start seeing a lot of AI generated stuff out of me, that's because I want to get my money's worth out of this stupid thing. Because I did something stupid.
That happens to me with Kickstarter because I'll forget that I backed something and then suddenly like $100 will go away and I'm like, what happened? What just happened?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
I
kinda like-
backed the TMNT game like 2 months ago. Charged it.
Uh-huh. That's why I'm real careful which Kickstarters I back, because I'm kind of like, if it's like a $50 Kickstarter or a $60 Kickstarter, it's kind of like, okay, I'm more than likely going to have that amount of money in my bank account when that hits. If it's like a yeah.
Daddy
It's like a
brought home the ramen for the week.
if it's a $200 or $300 Kickstarter, it's kind of like, yeah, we're going to have to be real careful with our money when that one drops. Or hope that they have like alternative payment plans. Because
you've already paid for your Poplar slipcase though, so.
Yeah, I guess I have, yeah. Oh man. Oh Jesus.
There was a Barbarians of Lemuria.
A remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a remake of Barbarians of Lemuria coming out. I don't know if I want to back it because I've already bought Barbarians of Lemuria and I've only played it once, and that was with Grimm.
Yeah. Who
So
knows what they're gonna change about it.
Yeah. It's like, I love Grimm, but the one shots, it's really hard to get invested in, because it's kind of like, I want to do like at least a kind of a short campaign just to really get into all these games that we're playing, to enjoy them. But he's like just so determined to try to get through his giant stack of unplayed games, and I'm just kind of like, dude, that's you're rolling the Sisyphus's boulder up the hill. Okay, it's just, you're gonna get to the top, it's gonna roll back down, because you're never gonna get through your inexhaustible, insurmountable pile of unplayed games. That's just the YouTube gamer's life. It is. I'm sorry.
I don't have a huge collection. I still have a bunch of games I haven't played that.
I've got a bunch. I actually have so many at this point, I'm seriously starting to give thought to just starting channel giveaways and just sending all these extra copies of books off to people, because the local gaming store is not going to give me anything for them. So I might as well go send them to good homes, and maybe people will talk nice about me. I don't know.
Actually, know a vendor.
What?
A guy who buys RPG books in bulk. He pays good too. You just gotta mail them to him. He sends you an invoice.
Oh, well, hook me up after the show, because
yeah, I have to find this guy. I sent him like a whole bunch of 5e junk that I'm never gonna touch. Like it was like the Magic the Gathering, Theros, and some other crap. And give me $75. I mean, shit, that's a lot cheaper than what I paid for it. But otherwise, it's just gonna sit there.
Yeah, that's my feeling. It's kind of like, well, if you're not reading it, you're not using it. You already paid for it. If you get paid anything for it, it's useful. No. Raven says, dude, I talk nicely about you for free, but for RPG books, I'll sing your praises from the top of a mountain. Okay, fair. I'll just have to get together a big stack of all the books that I want to give away. I have a lot of DVDs I want to give away, but nobody really seems interested in those. But yeah, it's like every time I upgrade my collection, I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I've got an extra DVD or an extra Blu-ray, and I'd really like to do something with it. I don't want to take it down to the pawn shop, so. Because,
there's some DVDs that are pretty rare.
Oh, yeah. I've got a few. Like my, what is it, Message from Space DVD that's worth about $400 because you can't find it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a Stephen King one. It's like Red Rose or something like that.
I've got that.
Yeah, that's super duper duper ultra rare.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's like a $300.
I bought it for $5. I mean, I'm no kidding. Brand new. I bought it for $5. I bought it and The Diary of Ellen Rimbauer, which is the prequel to it.
$250.
Serious?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of bootlegs out there. You gotta be careful.
Oh. Wow. I didn't even know. I haven't watched it in a while. It was a good show. Maybe I should start eBaying stuff, huh?
56 sold at 249.52.
Good God. I mean, the show wasn't that good.
No, it's just super rare.
It's just super rare. Well, I remember paying like $100 for my copy of The Reanimator and Bride of the Reanimator. Those are hard to find.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Reanimator's got like your Arrow release and...
Well, that's the ones I bought. I bought the Arrow releases of Reanimator and Bride of the Reanimator.
Oh, okay.
So those were some pricey boys. But, that's why I always tell you guys out there, buy physical media. It is the way to go because you can't sell a digital copy to somebody.
Yeah.
Not really.
That Friday the 13th set you have is quite rare.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about it because it's got ones that were not licensed, like they lost the license because it belonged to a different film studio, and so they couldn't include that in future box sets.
Oh,
so
wow.
We have has some movies that are not part of the main series anymore. So it's
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look it up.
I've got an older Friday the 13th series that came with the hockey mask and everything. But it was a DVD. Yeah. I'm not selling off my Friday the 13th stuff, though.
Or was it?
I like it too much.
No, it's Friday that you have, right? You don't have...
It is Friday the 13th.
There it is. The 13 disc deluxe edition with book.
That's the one.
150, 200, 250. Not bad.
I've got the old Halloween box set too that has everything.
Yeah.
It has everything in it except for the latest 3.
Now that one was at Walmart for a long time, and then it went out of print.
Yeah. That's the only reason it's expensive is because it's out of print.
125, 150, 120, 150. Get the fuck out of here. Not paying that for Halloween. Halloween sucks. The only good one is the first one. Even the second one is not that great.
No, it isn't. The third one is really, really good, though. The third one is...
Yeah. The third one that's not... it's got its own kind of story. That one's good.
Yeah, it is good.
I was thinking of Exorcist 3, which has some good moments, but overall, I don't think it's...
It's better than 2. Exorcist 2 was terrible.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
That one was good.
We're going to have a full horror movie discussion closer to Halloween.
We should do that. If we can get Mark Reinhagen on for that too, that would be even better.
Or Frank. Frank has met every horror icon there is. He's friends with Clive Barker. He's met Tom Savini multiple times. He's big into it.
And Snowdub, if we can ever get him on the show, has been to a lot of horror cons and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Good dude.
Joe Bob. Get Joe Bob's autograph.
So how much is my MD Geist Director's Cut DVD worth? $1 million? I've got a copy of MD Geist Director's Cut DVD.
Yeah, that's never been re-released. That's worth a decent amount now. Especially if it's part of the Mecha Masters box set.
I have that box set.
As Genocyber and some other ones in there. Genetic something.
I'm looking at it right now. It has Genocyber, Cybernetics Guardian, MD Geist.
Yeah.
It has a soundtrack for Genocyber, and MD Geist.
That one is worth quite a bit.
Wow.
And it was funny because there was this period of time when nobody gave a shit about old anime.
Yeah.
Between 2003 and 2008, when all these super popular shows were coming out, and no one cared about old stuff, and people were giving that box set away for $1. My buddy Joe Peters, who's a vendor at conventions, had a stack of 100 of them, and if somebody bought an anime DVD, he would just give them that for free. It was like a freebie.
Well, Bleeker's asking about his Tank Girl DVD.
Get up. I don't know much about Tank Girl. Most of my knowledge is horror and anime.
Get out of here, Driving and Dragons. Genocyber Fairy Dreaming is your ringtone? No kidding.
The Genocyber got re-released by Discotech though, so it's
It
not,
did.
It's only MD Geist that's like high.
Yeah, because it's not been re-released. Well, I don't think Cybernetics Guardian has been either.
No, but that sucks. Now there's one called Bayo.
Yes. Bow was good.
Yeah.
Bow was good. Actually, I have the whole comic book series of that. That was a good comic book series. It was really ultra violent.
Yeah, that's part of that Genocyber, MD Geist, ultra-violent era. You know?
Mm-hmm. Good stuff, man.
Love that. Love that stuff.
You know, I like new anime, but old anime just goes hard.
You know,
Just because it's just...
It doesn't have the same themes and, like, you know, stuff that I'm into. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like cyberpunk. I like hardcore mecha, like stuff like that.
You know the one I want to get? I have a DVD copy of Cyber City 080808.
Yeah.
And they re-released it on the Steelbook, but they want like $45 for the Steelbook, and I'm just like, for 3 OVA episodes of 30 minutes apiece? No.
I don't deal with Steelbooks. They get scratched and dented. I don't know.
I don't even like Steelbooks. I mean, like, what is the big deal with the Steel? Give me a little plastic box. That's fine. I don't need a damn Steelbook.
Yeah.
You know, are you just charging more because it's a Steelbook?
The only Steelbook I have is Buckaroo Banzai. Found it at the flea market.
You know, I don't like that movie.
No, that movie's horrible.
Yeah.
But for some reason, people have a lot of nostalgia for it.
I don't understand why. It wasn't that great. I mean, it had some memorable lines, but it was a terrible movie.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch like a Time Bandits or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, the original Time Bandits, not the new one.
No.
Well, you know, I said early on that Kengan Ashura ended. Well, it's like as sure as one door closes, another door opens, because another series opened itself up to me on Netflix called Gangs of London. Dude, this thing is brutal. I mean, it's like a modern day kind of Peaky Blinders, except without any of the humor whatsoever. It's brutal. Like at one point these guys get into a bar fight with a bunch of Albanians, and this dude, you know, gets an Albanian down on his knees and like shoves this big old glass ashtray into the dude's mouth, and he smashes his face into the bar.
Ooh, brutal.
Yeah. Brutal. Just awesome. You have the first Dungeons and Dragons movie on DVD? I've got the first Dungeons and Dragons movie on Blu-ray and DVD.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that movie was cool. I don't care what anybody says. That first Dungeons and Dragons movie was fun just because it was so stupid and it was so over the top. I mean, between Bruce Payne and Jeremy Irons just absolutely destroying the scenery with every second they're on screen is just awesome.
It's like the Dragonlance cartoon they made with Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, how was that?
Back in the day, it was part of that same era as that first movie. You never tried to watch it?
No, I think it's up on YouTube.
Oh, it's unbelievably bad.
MD Guy's theme music is the perfect description of early 90s anime. If you don't know Japanese, it's like dangerous, most dangerous, Japanese, violent. Yeah, I have MD Guy's theme music.
Yeah, it's like when South Park made fun of anime back in...
Uh-huh.
And it's like, let's fighting love.
My only problem with the blue lipstick on Bruce Payne. Yeah. Yeah. He did look weird in the blue lipstick, but he was so bad. I'm Demodar. You know, it's like... I love Bruce Payne, man. That's an actor who is just... He's so much fun in every single role that he plays. It's just... If there's anything out there with Bruce Payne in it, I try to own it because I just want to watch him perform because he's so over the top. There are quite a few actors who are like that. Who are basically, it's like, they get in there and they just ham it up so much that it's just kind of like, yeah, this is fun. Just because he's in it, like Malcolm McDowell. So any movie that Malcolm McDowell is in, it's just like, you're not really watching the movie anymore. You're just watching Malcolm McDowell.
Bleaker's like, I was just joking about Tinker. I'm like, I wasn't joking. Like, you never know what shitty movie is going to be worth hundreds of dollars.
It's true. You never realize what stuff is worth until you go looking for it. And then you find out that, it's rare, out of print, and somebody has a copy, but it's like $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird hobby to be into, that collecting.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I say, man, hang on to your physical media. Because they can't take it away from you. They can't rewrite it. They can't touch it. It's yours until you choose to sell it or give it away.
Or until it gets disc rock, because it was made in like 1997 or whatever.
All right, man.
I think we need to have... Oh, Jinx! 1-2-3-5-6-7-8-9-10, you owe me a Coke.
Yeah. So does this mean you're ready to shut down?
Yeah, shut it down.
Let's shut it down. All right, man. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, Greg. Keeping me company here for our hour. I couldn't have done it without you.
Yep.
I don't know where all my other panelists
are. On Saturday. I won't be here. Well, maybe I will. We'll see.
You got to be here for Saturday. Saturday is the anime discussion.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll have to be there. I'll be at Frank's house babysitting his dogs. Well, he's at Dragon Con, so I guess I can bring my microphone.
Yeah, sure. Bring your microphone. Okay, so for those of y'all who don't know out there in the audience, this Saturday, I have decided is going to be a theme day. And the theme is going to be Japanese anime and Japanese gaming and what it has brought to Western gaming. And, this is actually a pretty broad topic because, the Japanese, their games are not necessarily the same ones that we play. I mean, Sword World is their most popular game, which is a 2x6 system. So it's not Dungeons and Dragons. And of course, their other game that's really popular over there is Call of Cthulhu, which we know how much the Japanese like tentacles.
Apparently, Earth Dawn is very popular there too.
Earth Dawn?
Yeah, I know quite a few Japanese Earth Dawn players.
I never would have seen that coming.
But yeah, so we're not going to just be like the whole time, oh, do you remember this? Oh, I remember. No, we're not going to.
I remember.
We're going to talk about stuff.
Yeah, we really are. We're going to get into it. We're going to tell you guys what kind of effects it's had on gaming, what kind of changes it's made to gaming. We're going to talk about how, the Japanese did things like extend the life of certain game franchises like Wizardry. And I don't know, maybe we'll figure out what their obsession is with grinding. I never have been able to figure that out. Why they like games that grind so much.
I like it.
As much as I love them, the answer is a lot of problems. Nothing worse than weebs making half-Western games with poorly translated anime tropes. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely get pretty pissed off at localizers. They have spoiled so much stuff. And hey, Rude Knight, you're showing up just as we're about to close down. But catch us on Saturday, because we're going to talk anime, we're going to talk Japanese gaming, we're going to talk regular gaming. It should be fun. And I have it on good authority that we will have some guests, because I have called the basic expert in. So we will have the basic expert on Saturday. Yep. We'll have the basic expert with us.
I don't think he knows much about anime.
He doesn't, but he knows a lot about gaming.
That is true.
And we will hopefully have Raltz on again to give his 2 cents.
I mean, John is Mexican, so he knows about Dragon Ball Z and he knows about Saint Seiya.
There you go. Maybe he can add something to the discussion. But in any case, you know what? I did not shout out Mercurius Aulicus for Australian $2. There's a lot of stroking in these interviews. Yes, I think he was talking about the Rings of Power that we were looking at. So let me get this right here.
Good to be seeing eye to eye again. Thanks, V. Truly.
And you know, just because I didn't find a chance to use it today, why don't we invoke this for the cancellation of the Acolyte?
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh
no! There you go.
Invoke
Count Dankula.
Invoke prejudice.
Yes. We had to invoke Count Dankula. Well, all right, guys. Our time's up. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And if you're catching this on the replay, how come you didn't catch us live? What else do you have to do on Tuesday nights? Seriously, we're cool. Catch us. We're fun. Just two of us, and we kept 16 people entertained.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, we're cool too. You know.
Yeah,
maybe we're not as.
I'm not like a furry or anything. God.
Yeah, we're not as cool as like Black Lodge or anybody, but you know, we're kind of cool. You know, I mean, we do stuff like. You
Dutch are scum.
You know. But until then, we'll see you later.
All right, see ya.